Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to the Japan Study Center. Today we are going to see the chapter of geography, and what is our topic today? Is the materials of the earth as a crust. There is chapter here, earth interior, and it is a material. There is a most important topic arrived of materials of the earth as a crust. The outermost part of the lithosphere is called crust. Is known as there is the outermost part of the lithosphere is called crust. There is a definition of crust. The outermost layer of the lithosphere is called crust, and this is the most significant part of the earth because it is a occupy the humans. It is a material is a crust is a made of a rock. The rock are different types. There are hard like is a granites, soft like clay, and the loose like a grab. There is a rock has a greater variety of the colors and bed and the hardness. There is the most important. There is a different types of rock. There are granite, soft, clay, and loose like a grabs. There is the most important, and also is important here. There is a great variety, the color, weight, and hardness. The rock art is composed of minerals. There is an aggregate or physical mixture of one or more minerals, and minerals on the others have hard, and they are made up to the two or more element in the defined ratio. They have a defined to the chemical composition. Crust is made up to more than 2000 minerals, but out of these, 6 are most abundant and contribute of the maximum to this uppermost part of the earth. And these are feldspar, scotus, and merosengens, and apple and mica, and the olivine. The granite is a rock, and it is a constant of the minerals bounded together are quartz, feldspar, and the mica, which make it a hard rock. Change in the ratio of these minerals give rise to the granite of different colors and hardness. The minerals containing a metal are called metallic mineral. There is a hematite, a major iron ore is a metallic minerals. Ores are the metallic minerals which can be a profitable mine. The rock is a immense or economically important to us. Let's come to the most important topic arrive here are types of rock. There is a part of earth as an interior, and it is a material chapter. There is a types of rock. The rock differ in there is a property, size of particles, and mode of formation. There is a most important. Rock has a differ in there is a property, size of the particles, and mode of formation. And other basis of mode of formation, rock may be grouped into 3 types. There is the most important 3 types here: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. There is the most important 3 types. The first here, igneous rock. The igneous rock is a ball. Igneous is derived from the Latin word means ignis, mean of fire. There is the most important. The igneous rock here, the Latin word is ignis, mean of fire. Igneous rock here formed by there is a cooling of highly heated molten fluid materials as known as a magma. There is the most important. The rock here is formed by the cooling of highly heated molten fluid materials is known as a magma. There is a magma is a formation of igneous is a rock. The word is a magma is derived from a Greek word which means a depth. It is require a great quantity of the heat to melt the rock under to the overlying pressure and then add the surface. We do not now there is exact depth at which is the magma is from, but probably it is formed at a different depth not exceeding is 40 kilometers. The molten rock is produced in increasing in a volume, which is responsible for causes or fractures or cracks in the crust. There is the most important here. The outer lining is a pressure gate of weakened. Along this is an opening, thus the forcing out the magma through them. The otherwise it can escape due to the great overlining of pressure. There is the most important here, and where the magma is ejected to the surface is called lava. There is the most important lava. Where the magma is ejected to the surface, it's called lava. Igneous rock are formed from a solidified molten magma below on the earth's surface. As there is a compress, the earth is a first crust, and all other rock are derived from them. And this is called to the parents of the rock. It is a primary rock. There is the most important here. What is a primary rock? As the compress of the earth as a surface crust and all other rock are derived from them, and these are called parents of the rock or primary rock. In a simple word, all the rock can be as a described as a igneous origin because at one time to another there was a erupted to the surface. A younger series of the igneous rock is still being formed. About 95% of the volume of outermost of 60 kilometers of the earth is composed of them. And these are the largely hard and massive because of their magnetic origins and are crystallining in appearance. There is the most important here. This is largely hardened and massive because there is a magnetic origin and crystallining is appearing. On the base of their mode of the occurrence is the igneous rock can be classified as a explosive or volcanic rock and intrusive rock. There is the most important here. There is a first here extrusive igneous rock are formed by cooling of lava on the earth surface. There is the most important. There are extrusive igneous rock are formed by cooling of lava on the earth surface. As the lava cool very rapidly on coming of the hot interior of the earth, the minerals is a crystal is a forming this rock are very fine. There is the most important, and this rock are called is volcanic rock. The volcanic rock there is the most important, and gabbro and the basalt are the very common examples such a rock. And this rock is formed in the volcanic area, and Dickens is a plateaus or regular soil in India is derived from lava. The next important here are intrusives of igneous rock are formed when the magma solidifies below their earth as a surface. The rate of cooling below the earth as a surface is very slow, which is give rise to the formation of large crystal in the rock. There is the most important area intrusive igneous rock, and the deep-seated intrusive rock are termed as a platonic rock. There is called to also is a platonic rock, and shallow depth intrusive rock are the term is a hypovessel. There is a granite and there is a dolerites are common example of intrusive rock. The granite and dolerites. There is a common example of the intrusive rock. And this is a point of view. Therefore, igneous rocks can is occurrence with there is a mode of formation. There is the most important. There is a igneous rocks can be accordance with their mode of formation and be classified as a platonic and hydrovases and volcanic rock masses. There is the most important is a 3 point. The heads is a blocks of the chorus granitics and rock are found both is the Himalaya and Deccan plateaus. Deccan plateaus. There is the most important. The important here is a diagram of igneous rock here. There is the most important diagram. The craters, escassive rock, intensive rock, and dikes, magma, platonic rock, seals, and there is a baltoliths rock. There is the most important diagram. Show there is the igneous rock here. There is a figure is the most important, and it is the illustrate of the magma or the cooling produce a rock of the different shape and size, and depending on the space are available after it force itself into the crust. The common form of intrusives of igneous rock are both latex and silica and danks, etc. The batholiths are hugs and there is a massive of solidified magma. They vary in the size, some as much as several 100 kilometers across and thousands of kilometers of thick. And they generally form the core of the major mountain as shown in the diagram. And the regular domes and shaped roof and sometimes appear on the surface after the erosion of millions of years. There is the most important, and seal is the horizontal interventions of solidified magma between to the layer of pre-existing rock. And that is a similarly is a more or less vertical formation of few meter to the several kilometer in the length and form few centimeter in the hundreds of meter in the thickness. The basis of a chemical property here, igneous rock are classified into acidity and the basic rock. There is the most important acidic and basic rock, and these are formed as a result of solidification of acidic and basic lava. The acidic igneous rock are composed of 65% or more of silica, and these rocks are light color, hard and very strong. Granite is example on the acidic rock, and basic igneous rock is contain less than 55% of silica. There is the most important is a 55% of silica. There is the most important acidic igneous rock are composed of 65% is more of silica and have more of iron and the magnesium. These rock is a dark color and big enough for the weatherings and gabbro and basalt and the doratal example of the basic rock. Igneous rocks are formed by the solidification of the molten materials called magma lava. There is a most important point here in the box. The igneous rocks are formed by solidification of the hot molten materials called magma lava. And extrusive igneous rocks are formed by cooling of lava on the earth as a surface is a basalt and gabbro. There is the most important. And next year, intrusive igneous rocks are formed by solidification of magma below their earth as a surface is a granite. Next is a sedimentary rock. There is the most important. This is a rock are formed by the successive to the deposition of sediments. This sediment is maybe a debris is ordered from any is a previously exciting rock and which may be igneous rock. The metaphorics and all sedimentary rock is a sedimentary rocks has the layers are certified structure. The thickness and the stable there is a varies from to few millimeter to several meter. So these rocks are also called to certified rock. And generally these rocks has some types of fossil between their strata. There is the most important there are fossils, and the fossil is a solid parts of the impressions of prehistoric as animal and plant embodied in the step of sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks are widely spread on the earth's surface, but is a slowly dipped. The invisible rock is the particles are first broken from rock and then transported by the running water. The ocean currents is a glacier as even by wind from one place to another, and the process by which a rock of forming material is let it down to is called sedimentation. Depositions. It may shelter in the clamor is the water is a lake or ocean at the place where to the transporting agent has no longer enough energy to carry them to the further. And this is a identify is a riverines as a lost streams and formed by lake. The glacier and the rollins is formed by the wind and sedimentary rock with a reference to there is a deposition near to the river, lake and glaciers are dissolved respectively. There is the most important here. The sedimentary are often loose is unconsolidated, a soft rock material in the beginning like sand and the clay. But in the course of time they get a hardened to be a compact materials by excessive evaporation and cementation from a cemented rock. This deposition of cement in there is a beginning in a generally horizontal, but it may be get a tilted afterward due to the movement in their earth crust. And sandstone is a shell is a limestone and dolomite are example of cemented rock. The sediment is get stored by there is a transporting agent, and sediment is a different size may be get bonded by the cementing a material under suitable condition. Conglomerate is on the example of such as sedimentary rock. There is the most important. These types of formation of consolidated materials termed to the mechanically is formed the sedimentary rock. The consolidation are organic matter derived from the plant and animal from the sedimentary rock of organic origin. Coal and limestone are organic sedimentary rock, and the sedimentary may be also resulted from the chemical reaction. And direct respirations of mineral from their solution in water may be give rise to the sedimentary rock of is a chemical origin, and gypsum rock is a salt and nitrate is example of such a sedimentary rock. There is the most important example gypsum and rock salt. There is a asphalt is a mountain of the world like Himalaya, and there etc. There is a made of the sedimentary rock. The Himalaya is made by the sedimentary rock. All the alluvials is a deposit of the world are also due to the sedimentary as a accumulations, and all rivers the best scenes, particularly there is a plant and deltas. As the is a Gangatri's plant is Ganga, Brahmaputra delta and good is example of sedimentary accumulation. And the most impacted here are in the box sedimentary rock are formed by successive deposition of sedimentation. The sediment and this is a rock have to layer a structure, and therefore they are also known as a sediment-filled rock. The fossil is a solid part or impression of the prehistoric and animal and plant embedded to sedimentary rock is which they are where there is the most important. Next is a metamorphic rock. There is the most important and last rock. There is a metamorphic rock. Most rock is a mountainous is a reasonable show on the evidence of change. All this is a course of time become a metamorphic as a change formed to the rock, and metamorphics is the rock are formed under to the influence of heat or pressure on sedimentary or igneous rock. And dangerous is the pressure and the high temperature change to the color, hardness, texture and composition of all types of pre-existing rock. And the process which is bearing about the change is known as a metabolism, and the ultimate is a product permit due to the operation of such as a process are defined as the metamorphics is a rock. The temperature, pressure and stress assessed to the chemical is a reactive substance are their main agent, which are the responsible for the metabolism, and the heat cause of minerals the as a recrystallizing into the rock. There is the most important here recrystallizes in the rock. The process of the change by the heat is called thermal or contact metabolism. And when the molten magma and lava come into contact with the surrounding rock, it's a back and them to the change and them into the metamorphic rock. And similarly, the formation of the metamorphic rock due to the temperature of pressure is known as the dynamic or regional metabolism. The salted is the genesis and spirit is a marvelous and diamonds are good example of metamorphic rock. The metamorphic rock are hard and tough is their comparison to the parent rock and from which is they are formed. Example of metamorphic rock are given in the table 2.1 which there is a parent rock formed which they have been to formed. Here so is the most important here a table parent rock and is a metamorphic or change form. Name of the rock, types of the rock and name of the metamorphic rock. There is a limestone, there is a sedimentary rock, but there is a marble. And dolomite is there is a sedimentary rock and their example of rock is a marble. And sandstone is a sedimentary rock and quartzite. And the shell is a sedimentary rock and salate. And salate is a metamorphic rock and splendid and crust. And coal is a sedimentary rock but is a graphite and diamond here is the name of the metamorphic rock. The next here is a granite. Granite is igneous rock and the genus is here and the phyllite is the metamorphic rock and schist. Different types of metamorphic rock are found all over to the world. In India is a marble is found in the Rajasthan, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, where it is salted and available in a plant in Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Haryana. In a Kangra and the Kuman is the regional is a Himalaya, solid is a different color are found. There is the most important here point. Metamorphics is a rock are formed by the effect of heat or pressure on sedimentary igneous or even metamorphic rock. And thermal metamorphism is a process by which is a rock undergoes to change as a result of great heat. And dynamic metamorphics is the modification of rock by the tremendous pressure during the extensive earth movements. Most important question arrive your mind the economical significance of rock. What is the here economical significance of the rock? There is the most important question here. The man has been interacting with the surface of the earth since the long. With the time and the advancement in the technology and the making a different use of the rock and mineral. The importance of rock is given below. There is the most important. What is the important for the rock? There is the most important value of economics. There is a rock. And the first point here of soil. Soil are derived from the rock. Soil provide suitability for the agriculture product. that provide to food from the mentioned and provide to raw material for many industries. There is the most important here economical value of rock. There is a soil. Soil has there is a agriculture productivity. That is also important. And the next here a building material. The rock are the source of types of building material, and there is a direct indirect industrial. There is the most important. The direct indirectly there is a building materials, and there is a granite, genus and sandstone marbles. And also there is extensive of use of construction of building. Example, you know that Taj Mahal is made of white marble. In from Agra and the Red Fort in Delhi, there is a made by the red stone. There is a sandstone. There is a most important the red sandstone. There is a most important slightly are used for the roof purpose and different part of India. There is also important here. You know that granite, and the sandstone marble are slightly extremely are the construction of building material. Taj Mahal and Red Fort has example. And next here, the use of the mineral resource of important economical importance for the rock here. It is a mineral resource. The mineral are the foundation of the modern civilization. Metallic mineral provide all metal ranging from a very precision gold, platinums, and silver, copper, and aluminum and the iron. There is the most important here. And this metal are obtained from different rock. There is the most important here. There is a silver, copper, aluminums, and the gold. There is obtained from the different rock. And the next here, raw materials is also important. Contain rock materials and minerals are used as raw materials for many industries. Example, cement industries and the limestone kilns. Different types of rock and mineral are used to production of the finishing goods. And the granite is also used in the scribiums and pencil manufacturing as a raw material. You know that there is the most important the granite and use of the crucible and the pencil manufacture of the raw materials. There is a raw material is the most important for the industries and the cement industry and limestone. And the next year, because the stone, because the stones are metal are obtained from a different metaphoric and ignorance rock. There is a diamond is a precious stone used for jewelry and the metaphoric rock. Similarly, the other precious stone like a gems, rubies, and the spanners and obtained from different types of rock. There is also important. You know that jewelries are made by the different rock. There is a metaphoric rock a different color. There is a make of jewelry, diamond, and the produced stone. And there is the most important here. The next here, fuel. You can fuse that. The fuel are used for the raw is a rock. There is impossible. But here is important. The fuel in there is a form of coal and petroleum, natural gas, and nuclear minerals are derived from a different rock. You know that there is a fuel is a form of coal, petrol, natural gas, and nuclear minerals are derived from the different rock. And the fertilizer. You are also confused. Fertilizer use of rock, economical purpose, there is impossible. But here is important. The fertilizer are also derived from some rocks. Is a phosphatics fertilizers are obtained from phosphorites minerals found in some part of the world. There is a fertilizer use of the rock. There is a most economical value here. And the most important part here, the rock and minerals are main source of all metal, precious stone, solid fuel, and raw material from industries. There is the most important for the economical value of rock here.